Hello and welcome to Ninon Speaks Media Image. My name is AJ Dean. I am your co-host, and it's my great privilege to introduce Ninon DeVere de Rosa. Hello, Ninon.
Hello, and how are you, young lady?
I'm great. It's a sparkles and joy kind of evening tonight.
I know, we got a couple of comedians on, and one I think I'm fascinated with, his name is called Jimmy Fingers. Well, that's perfect for magic, I think. I mean, I don't know, we're going to find out. And of course, the other gentleman, P Granger, he sounds fascinating too. He's also got his hands in many things. So we're going to find out from both of them, see how we can help them, and see what they're doing regarding this pandemic and what's going on. And oh, here we go. Oh, that's got to be Eric. Is that Eric?
This is Eric P. Granger. He is an award-winning screenwriter, production developer, and location scout. And he's got a development right now, a motion picture called Light from the Shadows, adapted from Amy Kardashian's book, Tears of Hope. He's just a phenomenal guy. He's won many competitions and international awards in Hollywood. And it's my great pleasure to introduce him. Welcome, Eric. How are you, Eric P. Granger?
Hello, Eric.
Thanks for the invitation to be on your show.
Your sound is not good. What happened with your sound, Eric? Your sound can't hear you. Oh my goodness. Jimmy Fingers.
Darling.
Sweetheart, I'm in love with you already.
You don't get out much. You should get cable.
No, I should definitely get out or much more because you're sitting there drinking a martini. Now I'm really jealous. Listen, look what I've got. I've got a cup of tea and you've got a martini. There's something wrong somewhere. I'm in the wrong place.
Let me introduce Jimmy Fingers. He is a magician, inspiring performer, and entertainer. He has performed for presidents, and he invents all of his own magical tricks. And tonight, I'm thrillified and very excited to see his trick, Zombira, a magical floating silver ball. Can't wait to see that. Welcome.
I can't wait to see if it works either.
Oh yeah, you're a joke. You're a comedian as well, right?
You never tell them you're a comedian.
You know,
you let them figure it out.
You have to be kind of a bit of a comedian to do the magic tricks. I mean, I would think, because you've got to keep people on their toes, haven't you?
Yes, but that's the most difficult thing, is mixing the oohs with the ha's.
Okay, well, the oohs and the ha's, that's like mixing a cup of tea with a martini. It doesn't work.
This isn't a real martini. This isn't vodka.
What is it?
Gin.
That's what my husband loved. I would have the vodka. That is a martini. The real martini is a gin martini. That's the real one.
Bombay Sapphire.
Oh, excuse me. So you're expensive as well.
Exclusive.
What are we going to do with him? What are we going to do with Jimmy Fingers? But I also want to go back to Eric. Eric, how's your sound? I'm sorry?
Is that better?
Yes, your sound is not very good.
I don't know why. We're just like we were yesterday here.
That's better.
Oh, that's better. It's getting a little bit better, Eric. What?
All right. I'm pretending to do something technical here, and how's that?
It's a little better. It's got some raspiness in there. You sound like you've been drinking all night.
Not yet. Although it's late out here on the East Coast.
Come on, Sevens.
Come on,
Sevens. Murray, I need another quarter.
Yes. Do you know what I've often thought? You're funny you should say that, Jimmy. I've often thought that in these hotels, they should have a machine where you can actually put, when you win money and you get, you win 2,050 cents. So you have all these different 50 cents all over the place. They should have a machine in the casino. They make a fortune that they can put their coins in there. Because anybody who gambles is going to gamble to the last dime. And if they can't change the quarters, what an invention that would be. And then they've got a shortage of coins, so this way they get the coins.
I do want to interject, if I may, and I want to share something from Eric P. Granger right now. It's a special book. It's called One Baby Boomer's Journey by Eric P. Granger. And I want everybody to see this. It's
I appreciate that.
Yes, please tell us about that, Eric.
Is that a bunch of bananas?
It is actually, yes. I worked harvesting some bananas on a Costa Rica plantation one day.
Okay, this was not your job though, right?
It was not my job, no.
Okay.
Not just
You look like a farmer on the banana farm.
Well, Granger actually in Spanish means farmer, so there I was fitting right in.
Oh, you really are a farmer.
No.
That's amazing. Can that come down? There you go.
I appreciate that, AJ. It's just a book of short stories about some different adventures in my life and all the unusual paths that I have taken to get where I am today.
So, well, are you satisfied with where you are today after going, we go through life, we're sort of young and we're 25 and we're 22 and we're going to take the world on, and we go and we keep edging for this and we keep doing it. And then the time we get sort of, I'm going to say probably anywhere over 50, then we decide, well, what have we done? How have we done it? And are we happy? Are you happy, Eric?
I am. I really am. I've gone down many different roads, like you said, to get here. Yeah. But I'm in a good position finally. Yeah.
So every little effort you made and everything you made that was very different took you on a journey?
Well, I think we're all on that kind of a journey. We all have, but I didn't start out in this direction, but other things have put me into this direction, and it's come out very well.
And now we're on the pandemic journey.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Eric, where are you situated? Are you in Las Vegas?
No, I'm in New York. I'm in.
Wonderful.
Actually,
I love New York. New York is one of my favorite towns. I love to go to New York. Oh, I think it's absolutely fabulous.
Too.
Well, I live way up in the mountains of New York in Lake Placid, the Olympic Village, and we've got about 2 or 3 inches of new snow this morning. So.
Oh, were you playing in the snow today?
Oh yeah.
Of course, like a real kid.
Oh, I took my dog out, used him for an excuse to go play in the snow.
Absolutely. Well, Jimmy, we haven't left you out, but I noticed you were positioning yourself. You were taking the chair up and then you were taking it down. So do you like where you are right now? Are you happy?
Yes.
I love it. So what's your story, Jimmy? You sound like you've had a very interesting life, which is actually obviously continuing. So a little bit of your story.
Well, I'm trying to work this so that the best part is at the end, obviously.
Why did you choose? I know why you chose that, because it took all the learning period to get to that, to understand what you're doing and why you're here on Earth and what are you up to and what is your next move.
If you figure that out, let me know.
It's called vaccine.
We're all waiting for the vaccine. I mean, whether we're going to take it or not, cool, that would be a good survey right now. You're going to have a vaccine? You're going to take the vaccine?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll join him here.
Salute.
I wanted to ask.
Salute.
Come on, AJ, keep up.
Where are you? Oh, there she is.
There we go. There we go.
Do you know what I'm proud of? I'm proud that you don't still have the water in the bottles, because most people keep their water in the bottles.
Oh, me?
But you've both got glasses. I'm proud of you. My goodness, you must have a touch of British in you. And a blue glass at that.
Or a touch of gin in my water.
Oh no, you don't want gin in the water. You want a little bit of you put a little bit of something else. What do you put in your gin? Just plain gin and lemon?
It's just dirty, shaken, not stirred.
Eric, can I ask Eric P. Granger? I wanted to ask him, how can people get the book that we talked about? And also, yes.
Well, it's a Kindle book, so it's not a hard copy book. So you just go to Amazon and search through Kindle and go to One Baby Boomer's Journey, and you'll see a bunch of really strange, but all true stories. They're all true, but it's the voyage of my life, which has taken down some really crazy.
What made you want to do a biography of yourself? I mean, next thing you want to do is you have the rights to the film, and so you'd have to play yourself.
This people have told me that too after they've read it. They go, "How come we don't have a movie about you?" But I've done everything from being a forest ranger for many years, fighting forest fires, to being a professional luge racer for the Olympics, and a little bit of everything. All the stories have got me good fodder for my writing.
Out of everything you've done, you've lived a very interesting life. So have you, Jimmy. Out of everything you've done, Eric, what really stands out in your mind that you just sort of sat there and said, wow, I've achieved where I was going and what I've done, and this particular thing has sort of given you that message?
Wow. A few years ago, I built a house by hand myself in Costa Rica and met a beautiful Costa Rican younger woman, and now we're happily married. So
now we're talking.
Yeah,
I was wondering how far I'd have to go.
You got to go to Costa Rica to find one.
Yeah. So that's what I know.
Just missing a woman. I've been missing a passport.
Oh, you lost it, huh? You lost it. So, being married to a younger woman, a Costa Rican younger woman, are you able to keep up with her, or is she able to keep up with you?
In what aspect?
Well, we can talk about sex if you want to.
Actually,
AJ's face went,
actually, we do incredibly well in all aspects, keeping up with each other.
Good.
It's really funny. When we met, I didn't speak Spanish. She didn't speak English. We have different culture differences, age differences, language differences, and everything. But it's worked out really, really well.
It sounds wonderful. And does she like living in the United States?
Well, when she first came up here, she had never seen 50 degrees in her life, and she happened to arrive in January during a blizzard. So it was quite and she's still here, so that's a good sign.
That is I think she's here because of you, not because of the weather. Let's clarify this whole thing. All right, Jimmy. So what it was when you're listening to all this conversation, and you obviously are not married.
No, but does she have a sister?
Actually, two.
Oh, you have a choice.
Wow.
You have a choice. So, Jimmy, what's your story of your life? When did you start doing magic, and when did you realize that, this is what you wanted to do, not as a hobby, but as a living?
I've never thought of it as either. It's more of a religion. I had a bad childhood, and I was put in a closet with a magic book and no props. And I read a college level magic book 12 times by the time I was in 5th grade.
Wow. Why were you put in the closet?
The therapist is asking the same thing.
Because I've heard of closet drinkers, but that was a little later on in life, but not 12 years old in a closet.
I'm not really a drinker, but AJ asked me to put together all of my awards in the background. And so this is the only thing I thought would distract.
Eric,
so you go ahead.
Awards. I mentioned I can see all the beautiful awards that Eric P Granger has accumulated behind him. They look absolutely phenomenal. Congratulations on those, Eric.
Thank you very much. It's
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, actually, it's from 7 different scripts that have won first place awards.
Wow.
Wonderful. That's amazing. That's amazing. I have a couple of awards myself, but I can't show them just yet. But back to you, Jimmy. So you were in a closet, and then that's where you decided, that's what you learned, actually. It's not whether you decided or not. It's just that you kind of learned that, right?
That was everything I had. And whenever I see magic, it's an art to me. It's not something... there are a lot of guys that abuse medium television. They use stooges, Confederates. They do things preset. They have a lot of video editing, and the art is so important to me that I can't do something like that, And A lot of people are doing it because it's a big ego grab. And I've gone through enough things like living in Vegas to force me to try to lose the ego and just try to back out and not be seeking attention.
No, do you live in Vegas?
No, I live on an island in the Gulf of Mexico.
An island in the Gulf of Mexico. So where could that be?
Galveston, Texas.
Galveston, Texas. Oh, you're a Texan now. I like that.
Well,
Texan people
I always was a Texan. And, Tim Wise
Yeah.
and Jeff McBride, well, 2 of the 3 players in the show were Texans, myself and Bizarro. And so 2 out of 3 of the main players that were house players, the main magicians in Wonderground for Jeff McBride, were Texas magicians.
Wow.
So
What gives this thing about the Texan people? Because being from England, I'm not too familiar with all. I know that each state seems to have a different language or a different dialect, which they do. And I love Louisiana, you all. Everything at the end of it is you all. When I first heard that, I looked at them, I said, you all what? What are we all doing? And they said, well, we're not doing anything. I said, well, what did you say? Well, you said, we're all, you're all. And I was very confused. But the Texan people are kind of a special breed in America. The Texan people seem to me like the true America. Is that so? Especially with the women are supposed to be beautiful, and they are beautiful. But there's the true America, Texas. Is that true?
we have all but 2 of the most beautiful women in the world.
Okay. And who are the other 2?
And everything's bigger in Texas, especially the liars. And do you know what separates a coon-ass from a dumbass?
Well, I don't know what a coon-ass is, but I know what a dumbass is.
A coon-ass is someone from Louisiana. And they say that what separates the 2 is the Sabine River.
Very cool. Very, very good.
That's our border between Louisiana and here.
And that's the border, the river. Well, one thing about the river, it keeps moving, right?
Exactly.
It keeps moving forward. It keeps going forward. I understand, Jimmy, you have a trick for us. So are we going to look at this trick about a bowl or about something, and you're going to practice and see if it works? Do you think it's going to work?
As AJ calls it, it's the Zombarania.
The Zombarania. Okay, let's do the Zombarania. Are you ready, Eric, for the Zombarania?
I'm taking notes.
He's taking notes.
Yes.
I was raised doing a trick with a silver ball since the age of 10 called the zombie, but I became bored with it. And I decided to invent something to take up the space. The zombie ball was a silk handkerchief, a foulard, with a silver ball that floated under the cloth.
Yeah. This is interesting.
The silver ball.
That's the ball. The silver ball.
I decided to come up with a way of doing it without the foulard.
Okay. Whatever you want to do. Let's see what's going on here.
Wow, I love that. Look at that, Ninon. I know you love that.
Just hang in a second. Hang in a second. It's magnetized.
Yes, it's magic.
It is.
It's magic, but it's magnetized.
That's cool.
Oh my goodness.
Very nice, Jimmy. Look at that, Ninon. What do you think, Eric?
I think that's pretty wild.
That's amazing. You know, I just don't know how these things happen. I mean, obviously it's a trick, and it's oh my giddy aunt. Do you ever, quick, catch it.
There we go. This one.
Hey, Jimmy, you nearly lost your magic ball.
Thank you.
That was amazing. That is absolutely incredible.
They're just tricks. Don't go changing churches.
Well, there's no churches open anyways. That's okay.
Woo! Oh,
It's out on the left.
Hey, that's phenomenal. I love that one.
He's not finished yet, though. He's still going.
Yes.
That is amazing. So
Much, Jimmy. That was bravo for that. It was
Very
wonderful.
good.
Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Try the veal.
Try the veal. How long does it take to put a trick together? Oh, just a couple of minutes. Don't you have to practice and learn?
What happens is that you do a show using everybody else's tricks when you're young,
Yes.
and then you do it enough to get tired of it. And then you make an improvement on each one. So everything that I did as a 12-year-old over the years, I replaced it. I had an arm chopper called Dissecto. Everyone knows it. I came up with something called Chapo.
Did the Chapo go to jail?
Yeah, not any Chapo. Chapo.
Chapo go to jail for drugs. So your magic trick is in jail.
My magic trick was big before him. No drugs. Do I look like the kind of guy that would use drugs?
Not at all. Not at all. You look absolutely not at all.
I don't, but
Jimmy's an amazing inventor. He invents all of his tricks. And if you are interested in buying any, when you watch this YouTube video, this interview here, Ninon Speaks, you'll be able to go to a link and his website and purchase the tricks that he has invented. Take it away, Jimmy.
yeah, and also Eric is married, but my significant other is from the island of Labrador, and the fact that I'm talking to you right now,
I love Labradors.
he has to be right here next to me.
Look at this. He's old.
Yeah, she's the mess.
He's lovely. Look at him. Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
now you let us talk. Out.
He goes. Eric, can you do that to your wife too?
I wouldn't even try that.
You wouldn't even attempt that, right?
I would not even try that.
You wouldn't even think about that one.
No, a lot of the things they say about Latinas are true. So I'm not gonna.
Eric, that's not true. That is not true. Everything they say about Latinas is true.
Yes, but I have to watch this later with her, so I'm going to keep it there.
Eric, you're playing it safe.
Eric, I just wanted to ask, would you talk a little bit about your motion picture Light from the Shadows, please, for us?
Oh, sure. Most of the screenplays that I've written have been of my own accord, that from my own imagination. But I met a lady last year at a film festival, and she's an author. And I asked if I could read her book. And so on the flight back, because this was out in LA, on the flight back from LA, I read her book, and I just went bananas over it. And I said, this has got to be this. I've got to write a screenplay for this. So after I finally got back a hold of her, and I said, I think this is a project worth doing. Let's do it together. She's a phenomenal story of everything that she's been through. The war in Lebanon for 13 years, and she lost many of her loved ones of her family in the war. And my goodness, she was married off at 14 and had a child at 15 years old, and yet she always keeps an incredible attitude. I don't know how. Every time she gets knocked down, she gets back up.
Comes back up again. Yeah, we had
and
her
still
on our
finds
show.
the best of people.
She came on our show last week, and she was amazing talking about her book. And
yeah.
I lived in
Good.
Beirut for a couple of years. I lived there for 2 years, so I know the town.
Wow.
And Beirut, when I was there, it's like a little Paris. It was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then they knocked the living daylights out of it. And now the last thing was this bomb.
The accident. The big accident. Yeah.
Yeah. They wanted to destroy Lebanon any way they could, and I think that's another way they tried to do it. But it'll never be destroyed because the tenacity of the people there are amazing. Lebanese people are amazing. They're just lovely. They're very cool. So when's this film and book start? Has it started or is it coming out?
Oh, the book is finished, and I'm putting the wraps on right now on this screenplay from the book, doing the adaptation for it. And we're working with different producers to try to put a package together right now to get it underway. But everything's on hold in Hollywood right now. I've got 4 scripts that are on hold right now. It's driving me crazy.
I know, and then they're putting more time on hold. Now we're going in for another 3 weeks on hold. And we're not going to shut down, but a lot of people now are saying it's a big scam. A lot of people are very upset by it. They said, yes, it is the flu. It's one of the, every year we have a different flu. This is this flu, but they say that they're now saying a lot of it's a big scam, and they're just trying to change people, and people are very gullible. People are actually staying in their homes. I don't know what's happening to our world. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But we need a transition into the time when we don't have enough oil to continue the oil economy. And this is a transition for us. This is an opportunity, if we look at it right. This is opportunity for us to readjust, to understand that we are a consumer society.
Correct.
And that we may have to be subsidized as consumers. I know that goes against all of Texas and redneck America. It's like,
well, that's communism. That's socialism. That's all that.
Socialism.
That doesn't work.
But if there's enough for everyone, then everyone should have enough.
Well, that's true too. But I like what you said at the beginning. The whole thing is a readjustment. I happen to like change. I love readjustments. The only problem is it's taking a long time. We've been fiddling around since January, I guess, but since America March, we've been fiddling around. And I don't quite know if anybody knows what they're doing, or they all know what they're doing and they're purposely doing. I don't know. I'm not sure. I happen to like a change. It'll never be the same again. Do you think it'll be the same, Eric?
No, I do not.
No. I don't want it to be the same.
No, I don't either, actually. I like it different.
Spiritually, this is an opportunity for us to become centered and become still and become energy instead of possession and material. This is a huge opportunity for us. The people who get it are going to be beautiful, and they're gonna flourish. They're going to
blossom. They're going to blossom. I like what you're saying, Jimmy, because I happen to agree with you. I think it's readjusting yourself. It's putting yourself, we're just human beings. We have a first breath and we have a last breath. And what we do in between, is where we're going and what we're going to do. And a majority of us don't really live. They go to work, they come home, they go to work, they come home. And the weekends, they clean the car, they clean the house, and then they clean the pool, and then they go back to work Monday morning exhausted. And I agree. I think the whole world needs to be readjusted and rethink it, because we're getting too much into possessions rather than who we are. And I agree with that 100%.
This is an opportunity, and this is an amazing time for people who are present and still. People who meditate. This is meditation. If you're not meditating during this, you're going to perish. You're going to have a hard time if you're not meditating, and if you're not still and present during all of this. It's very simple.
I'm going to go and meditate. I'll be back. I want to be in the mood.
I'm going to drink.
Yeah, we don't have much time actually left. Eric, can you give me 2 minutes of kind of putting your life and your things together, and where people can get hold of you and get in touch with you?
The easiest way probably is through my website, which is ericpgranger.com. It's very simple. And of course, I'm on Facebook and IMDb. I can always be found on IMDb and see the different projects I'm working on there. So I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. Not hiding. I might be up in the boonies, but I'm not hiding up here.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, out of all the things you've done in your life, are you happy where you are right now? Are you enjoying actually reaping from what you've done before and using it right now? It's sort of all those little things you went through are coming in very handy right now for you, right?
Yeah, I've always been on the path less traveled. We'll put it that way to my life, and I'm just getting a chance to tell my stories and tell stories, and that's what I was always the storyteller in the family. The gatherings, I would always have the kids and now the nieces and the grandchildren and everybody, they want to hear me tell stories. So I've just decided to put that to use and tell stories through songs or through poetry or through, I've done a lot of stage plays too. I wrote a musical. We did a musical that's been mounted a few times.
Which one was that? What was the name?
The name of the musical is called The Guide.
The Guide. That's what we need right now. Absolutely. And now, Jimmy, 2 minutes of your sort of history, where people can reach you and what we can actually do for you and help you.
I'm jimmyfingers.com. You can reach me on Facebook because I'm too old to be on Instagram or Snapchat. And you can see me all over YouTube. And I lecture. I perform when I can.
Okay.
I have a theory. I just do the shows I'm supposed to do. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the visibility. That's why I'm here. I'm supposed to be here. And, I wanted to meet you, Ninon. I wanted to find out about your name, Ninon.
Okay.
I'll back that up. Me too.
All right. You can have a story now. It's Ninon de Rosa. Okay. Ninon is my mother. When she met my father, they met going from Juan-les-Pins, which is in the south of France, on a boat going back to England. They'd both been there. And my mother fell madly in love with this gentleman who became her husband, my father. And she was reading a book at the time called Ninon de L'Enclos. I was the third child in the family. My mother had 5. I have got 2 older and 2 younger. So I was the middle one. And I was supposed to be a boy. So I wasn't a boy, obviously. And I came out and they said, well, we'll call her Ninon. So I'm named after Ninon de L'Enclos. De Vere is my father's, one of my father's names. My father was Gerald Alexander de Vere Whiteway Wilkinson. That's what I was born into. So it's a bit of a mess, but anyway. So the de Vere family were very well known in Cornwall, also in London, and it was a very prominent name. And the Whiteways married the Wilkinsons, and the Wilkinsons wouldn't drop their name, and the Whiteways wouldn't drop their name, so it became hyphenated Whiteway Wilkinson. And de Rosa is quite simple. That was my husband's last name. But the funny part about it is when I first met my husband, it was in Beverly Hills, and I got very, very sick, and I never called guys, and they all had to call me. But anyway, I had a date with him that night, and I said to him, I said, I can't, I'm very, very sick. And after I said, I can't go out. And I thought, this is the type of guy, if I don't call him, I'll never see him again. I really wanted to see him again. I really liked him. And I was lying in bed, really, really sick. And I'm looking up at the ceiling and I'm thinking, Ninon de Vere de Rosa. Now, I'd only dated the guy a couple of times. I'm going to marry him. And sure enough, I did. And he passed, yes, it's a beautiful story. And I didn't realize that he had 2 ex-wives. He was just divorcing the second one. So I married 2 ex-wives and 6 stepchildren, 3 from each wife. So it became rather a heavy family. And I didn't care at that time because I was all in love and all this googly stuff and everything and passion. And it was really lovely. And unfortunately, he passed away in 2004. And I'm single. I'm still single. I really don't date much because my standards have got a little bit different because of being married, and I was very, very spoiled. I had the most beautiful husband in the world, beautiful husband. So I'm not going to say replace it, but to have another companion, a little difficult. So now you know my name.
He would be very proud. You have a beautiful energy.
Thank you. Well, I have a lot. I don't know where I get it from. I have a lot of energy. I think I get it from my mum. My father was highly intelligent. He read history books and read royalty, and he read all this stuff. And then, because he was an antique dealer, and my mother was like she was always inventing things and always doing things, and she always had this incredible sense of humor. And I think I get a little bit of that from her. So I got lucky.
To make an announcement, we've got about under a minute left. I just want to thank both of our dapper guests tonight. Maybe you can connect with each other, Jimmy and Eric. Maybe you can become friends.
We are.
Ninon, I want
and next time, hey Jimmy, next time you're in Vegas, let me know. I'm going to come and have a martini with you.
Absolutely. Where do you eat Indian food?
Do I eat Indian food? I love Indian food. Oh my God, that's my
know.
favorite food. I love Indian food.